uptown girl.
Any uptown girl. And any downtown guy. But people like Sarah McLachlan and people like Paula Cole and even Fiona Apple are writing about experiences that they have personally had in the hopes that someone will listen and realize that they are not alone in their experience. And I firmly believe it is a sincere style of songwriting.
Sure.
And that's when I interview a songwriter, that's kind of, I want to know if where they're coming from when they're writing their song. And I know you've never seen Billy Joel when he's been here in Phoenix. I saw him 5 years ago. He never tells any stories about his songs because no one cares. They want to just hear it.
So now, we're going to wrap the Billy Joel conversation up by...
Oh, man.
No, by this, because I want to now lay something down. I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan.
Me too.
But I'm going to say, I think that if you look, at least at the 80s, that Billy Joel did everything that Springsteen did first. I think Springsteen did it better, but now stay with me for just a sec.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to talk about specifically Goodnight Saigon, which I think, it came out 2 years before Born in the USA. It was an epic kind of anti-war and, Vietnam experience kind of song. So then Born in the USA comes out, right? Then you have Uptown Girl a year later. And then you have I'm on Fire, which is essentially, at least from a video standpoint, the same concept. No?
No.
No. Okay, fine. Wow, that was fast.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think there's probably a lot of music of the 80s that, was geared towards a Born in the USA and, the Reagan years and kind of getting back to the working class and thinking about things like that. Sure. I just don't enjoy it when it comes from Billy Joel. I always believe Springsteen.
Where do you stand on Mellencamp?
I'm all right with him. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he's sincere. To me,
so it's like
I don't
this
love
evolution. So Billy Joel is like the hunched over guy, and then you kind of go up to Mellencamp, and then Springsteen.
Yeah, I mean, Mellencamp is he doesn't ignite any passion for me either way. Whereas I could go out of my way to really.
I think Human Wheels is one of the best songs ever written.
To your point, though, about the music videos, Billy Joel, did okay with the music videos. You know what Springsteen said? He said, F this guy. I'm going to get Brian De Palma and Courtney Cox, and we're going to do Dancing in the Dark.
No. Why did they do Dancing in the Dark?
I am going to top that New Jersey...
That's fucking dance thing? What the...
But the song it's a good song. The video,
the song is good if you strip it back. It's I think it's a very good song. If you actually listen to the lyrics,
it's a great song.
It's a great song. What they turned it into in the studio and put it on the album to make it a hit, it's not my favorite. But I've since come to apparently this is Springsteen corner.
Could you, in the equation of the Springsteen, Joel, Mellencamp, could you find a place for Alan Sherman?
Hello, Mudda. Hello, Fada.
This
from Camp Granada.
refers to another conversation that we've had.
So
also was supposed to be funny. That's all.
It was funny to me.
Okay.
Now I totally lost my train of thought. So no, I think that that there was a time when there are also a lot of people who are very anti-Springsteen too. And I always argue that it's where you enter into the world of Springsteen from. And the first album I heard ever was Nebraska. And that, to me, was anything else I heard after that was this is great, because he did Nebraska. But it also takes like experiences catching up with your music, right? Because Born in the USA didn't really speak to me. Like the themes of it never really spoke to me. It was like there are a lot of things about being, an adult and relationships and things that like self-doubt, and there's a lot of that he, I think, honestly explored better on Tunnel of Love. But if you look at, I mean, now I love Born in the USA. There's something like Glory Days. Finally, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get that. Bobby Jean, yeah, I get that. I mean, like, I can listen to it now and be like, okay, now that I am 36 and well, actually a few years older than he was when he was writing those songs, it's like, okay, yeah, this is speaking to me now. But at the time, for a long time, it was just like, what is with the production right now? But it was 80s. It's forgivable.
Yeah, I can see that, and that makes sense. And I've definitely tried to go back and listen to Billy Joel, ask myself those questions. If it's something that I would
like to believe that this podcast is the catalyst for.
But it's still just not happening for me. Like I just can't believe him.
It's not still rock and roll to you.
It's not still rock and roll to me.
So moving on.
Yeah. Or moving out.
Sorry, guys.
So can we take a minute to talk about your shirt?
About my shirt?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I realize that we're at a Zia Records store here.
Right, no, so I am wearing a Zia Records Record Store Day t-shirt from, I think, 2018?
Yeah.
So I firmly believe in making out with the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. You're not selling out, you're buying in.
I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah. I think so. I think that's all I had to say about that.
You just had to point out anything else you want to attack?
No, because I think you know what I think you want me to say something about your hat.
You're the one who... Okay, so...
Yeah.
You were the one who said, please wear that hat so I can make fun of you for it.
Accompanying Jared's T-shirt tonight is a delightful hat.
A lovely fedora,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I did make the joke that... when you stole it off the set of that Gap commercial with the khaki pants and the swing dancing, it's... it was...
I think I pulled it off. So.
Yeah. So, it's good that you decided to retire as a dancer, swing dancer. And
I feel like I can't ever picture you without the hat on. Have I seen you without the hat?
I think so.
Yeah.
I wear a hat less than...
It's so natural, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there we go.
So this is the first time I've actually seen him in public with the hat.
Oh. So. Interesting.
When you record, he goes hatless.
I don't wear the hat in public very often. Well, so...
Do you ever do a Costanza and go shirtless when you're recording? Like just...
We're lucky if I'm wearing pants.
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
Hey, it's not a visual medium, I'm saying.
People want to know.
Who?
Does anyone
know? Me. I guess I wanted to know.
Does anyone want to know some other secrets of the podcast? Is there any other secrets of the podcast you want to know?
Well, I pretty much just asked how naked the podcast gets. If you have any...
So welcome to the last What the Fork.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was. It was a good time.
So you mentioned you had somebody else you wanted to talk about tonight?
So I have a problem. Now, first of all, I don't think I have the problem. But I have... What is it with Paul Reiser?
Oh! Wow. I didn't know we were going to get into that.
We're going to go there because I grew up, I loved Mad About You. I was a big fan of his performance in Diner. I think he's turned in some fine performances in what's that one show that people like, Stranger Things, and then a couple other things here and there. So, Red Oaks was pretty good.
I really did not like Mad About You.
Why?
Oh, everyone on that show is annoying.
Oh.
Speaking of Billy Joel, bringing it back, like the episode that makes me cringe of Mad About You is when Christy Brinkley shows up and he starts quoting lyrics as jokes. Billy Joel lyrics as jokes to Christy Brinkley. That's a VR thing. It's awful.
Okay, so that's a cringeworthy episode. But outside
I'm not
of that,
even. I'm just. It was more about just the when people were starting to. The Twitter sphere was lighting up about the possible Mad About You reboot,
and I was super excited. I was on board with it.
I know.
I was so on board with it.
I wasn't. I can take him out of that show if he gives a good performance in something else. I'm fine with him.
Sure.
But on that show, it's almost like everyone is. The goal of every actor on that show is just to be as completely annoying and intensify that through their part as they possibly can. Like Hank Azaria.
Nat? With the dog?
They're just, it's like grading performances by everybody. Reiser seems he's so cloying and forced, and it's like, I'm going to do my couple little tricks that I do and just drive him to, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
I'm flabbergasted. I honestly,
Okay, so
that's actually what a flabbergasted person sounds like.
I'm going to let him recover. So, but
I don't like
it. But as far as the filmography of Reiser goes, you're okay with Aliens, right?
Aliens is fine. Diner is fine, like you said. I can watch him in something. I don't care about Helen Hunt, and Hank Azaria is also. I think that he's probably a crappy human being. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, I've heard interviews with him. He seems really arrogant.
Oh, sure. Hank Azaria?
Yeah, now it just comes through. He did that little part on Ray Donovan where his character was also pretty deplorable, and it really worked because he just is.
Well, he's the one.
I guess I have strong feelings about everyone.
Well, he gets interviewed about his characters on The Simpsons.
On Simpsons, yeah.
And he never, And
here's what he does in interviews.
Yeah.
Instead of answering questions, he starts trying to make jokes in a bunch of different voices, or he'll tell a story about how he went on an audition and here's the voice he did. But he's really good at dodging questions and not ever giving a straight answer to a question. And it's annoying.
I have no interest.
It's almost like he's trying to sell himself for the next role. While I'm here on this radio show, I might drum up some biz by showcasing my range of weird voices that I can do. Bye. I just don't like him. I don't. Yeah, but
I don't care about Hank Azaria.
Okay, I'm just saying it's the Mad About You format.
I don't get it. For some reason, as a 10 to 15-year-old kid, I was I identified with the Paul Reiser character.
I mean,
I did.
I do realize you're trying to drum up membership for the Paul Reiser fan club Phoenix chapter.
I mean, I do
membership number one.
I do have a small office downtown. I would like to be able to pay the rent for this month. Yeah.
I feel bad now, like I'm disappointing you
or
something.
No,
but
I was just curious. I just wanted to know why so much hate for the. But if it's specifically, directed at Mad About You, I still don't get it. But
would you go back now and would you watch that show now?
I have the complete series on DVD.
And it's still funny to you.
It is still funny to me. There are a couple of weird little after school special kind of things where they try to have a very special Mad About You. But where I'm like, it doesn't hold up so well. But overall I still enjoy it. Apparently, falsetto enjoy it.
So, do you guys enjoy The Good Place? I'm going to bring it back.
Yeah, sure. Why not for the last 10 minutes of the episode bring it back to the show that we talk about?
Let's bring it back.
That's all right. Yeah. I'm not into season 3 yet, so I...
Which is fine because, even though we've both seen it, we're not talking about it because
that Jason mentioned that.
Yeah, we're too cheap to buy on iTunes, so we're going to wait till it comes to Netflix.
Are you talking about it enough to say that you think it's strong, or...
You know what? I think that the 3rd season was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It's, there's a lot more going on. You can tell they're getting somewhere now, and it's definitely there are episodes that get very topical, that are very clearly talking about the world today.
You feel like it's still building enough that it can continue.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I got a little verklempt at the last episode of the 3rd season. I thought it was still some really good writing, and they're moving even more out of a traditional sitcom into just some really good character development.
And to whet your appetite, if you like Janet now, you're gonna love Janet.
It is the season of Janet.
It's the season of Janet,
or as I like to call her, Busty Alexa. think that might be one of my favorite Janet references. But
It is
I
pretty
like
great.
that, yeah.
Busty Alexa.
I would like you guys to tell me a sitcom from your lifetime that is really meaningful to you.
I just did.
Oh, Matt.